Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Angel of Death. I am here with the owner of IWA Deep South himself, Kevin Brannen. How are you doing, young sir?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a little while since I've been on here, but I've been making the podcast circuit here lately. I've had 3 other podcasts recently, so I guess a lot of people want to talk to me. But yeah, I've been doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
You know us, we stay busy. We're in the middle of the Alabama White Thing collection movie, which will be getting released here in a few weeks. But we at IWA Deep South is just coming off of IWA Resurrection, which has been delayed on video, but it is going to be out maybe in December, possibly?
Yeah, I'm hoping, man. The guy who filmed that show, I don't know what happened. I haven't heard from him in about a month, and so I don't know. He just went AWOL, and so I'm gonna try to see if I can get it from him, or if not, get it re-edited or something. Or I really, at this point, I really don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, hopefully it gets released. There was a lot of great great matches on that show. Blaine Evans and Chewy Martinez. I destroyed Brian White, as you witnessed, and of course, Mr. Crystal and Jeff Hart in a classic match.
Oh yeah, it was a damn good show. Like I said, I hated it hadn't been released yet, but that's not on me, man. That's on the guy that filmed it. So hopefully it's gonna get released. Maybe with the December show, I'm gonna have to see what I can do. But it will get released. It's just it delayed right now.
So we are also we're heading to our December show, which, if I'm correct, it's 2 nights, correct?
Well, we got a Friday night show at we are actually back in the J. Craig Smith Community Center, which most of the fans, or maybe some of them may not remember. The last time we were in that building was in April of 2014, and we completely screwed the venue out. I think we had, so yeah, we got Friday, December the 2nd is Boris Dukey's Scatomania Night 1. We're going to have a get-together on Sunday, December 4th in an undisclosed location. I can't really talk a lot about it, but people that are in the know about that. And so, yeah, it's going to be a big weekend. We're also on Saturday, December 3rd. Some of us are going to be filming for the Boris Duke documentary. Some of us are going to be it. Of course, you'll be in it. And so, yeah, it's a huge weekend. 2 live shows and a documentary. So it's going to be the biggest weekend, non-Carnage Cup weekend that we've ever booked. So yeah, it's going to be a huge weekend for us.
Definitely so. And as you know, I know you've been keeping track of this, the keyboard warrior himself, Brian White, keeps talking trash online. So I think it's time that I show up and I take this kid out. And, obviously, either night's fine with me. I just want to kill him.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. Now, you've already challenged him, or you?
No, I haven't challenged him.
You're calling him out right now.
I'm calling him out right now because obviously he says he's not subscribed to my YouTube channel, but obviously he is because he likes commenting on everything. I think he's a fanboy.
Yeah, Yeah, man. I thought he cheated on that last match, and he was talking like that he's already beat you, and like he doesn't have anything left to prove. And he asked me, could he go ahead and get a spot in Carnage Cup? Because he beat John Rare, and originally when he talked to me about coming to IWA Deep South, he said, I want to challenge John Rare, and if I beat him, can I be in Carnage Cup? And so, as of right now, I mean, I'm obligated to give him a spot in Carnage Cup. But, I mean, if you want to challenge him again at this show, then that's up to you, man. Like I said, you've been with me long enough now that I pretty much let you call your own shots. So if you want to challenge him, it's really all up to him at this point.
Well, I got online and I challenged him, and originally he declined because he said he didn't have nothing to prove. But all he's been doing is talking trash online. So it's time that I beat some respect into him. And, he's just got on my last nerves. You seen how he cheated. That's not allowed in IWA Deep South. We got integrity here.
Yeah, man, I seen him talking online, man, and running that mouth. So he talks real big, man. He's already got a big head on him to only have one match in IWA Deep South. So I'm surprised, he's talking so highly of himself. But I mean, if he accepts, John, you're gonna have to shut him down on this one, man.
Definitely so. I know he's gonna listen, and so it's all up to him. And I believe we had match of the night last time, according to multiple people. So are you there, Kevin? We may have lost Kevin. It's trying to connect to Kevin. Let me talk until he connects again. I definitely kicked Brian's ass up and down the, the National Guard Armory. So, you are now back, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm here, man. We got disconnected.
Yeah, I kept talking the whole time. You know how arrogant apparently I am, so, yeah.
You was cutting out, and then I lost you.
So, what else is planned for that Friday night? Can you give us any insight?
The December 2nd, Friday night. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
The December 2nd, Friday night. The main event is going to be a 6-person intergender tag team match with Action Mike Jackson, Johnny Swinger from Impact Wrestling, and Tracy Taylor versus the Widowmaker Greg Dotson, Brock Garvin, and Ellen Monroe. That's the main event. At this point, we don't know which day your match will be on. We've got besides that, we're going to have a 8-man tag team match with the Nation of Defecation, Boris Dookie and Boris Dookie, Mikey, I think Turdy and Ape Shit, because I don't think Ivan is going to be able to make Friday. They're going to be going against Canadian Outlaws. I believe you'll see Jeff Hart, Juicy Bruce, Black Knight, and I'm not sure who their fourth partner is. That's that match. Then we're going to have a four-way tag team ladder match to crown the first IWA Deep South tag champions. The first tag team champions in years. We hadn't had tag team champions in years, man.
Yeah.
And so we're finally bringing the tag team back because we have such such a wide depth of a tag team division now. We have enough regular tag teams that we can justify bringing the tag titles back. That four-way is going to be the Circus of Chaos, Little Sicko and Riot versus New Religion, which I know is Legato Von and I forget. He's bringing a new deal. Him. And then the third team is going to be Jamie Richards and Jay Blade. And then the fourth team, actually, Brian is tagging with one of your former rivals, Blaine Evans, which I think that's very, because the last big feud you had was with Blaine Evans. So your two major rivals are going to be tag team partners, Blaine Evans and Brian White, capping out that huge four-way tag team. I think that match will probably steal the show if I had to put money on anything. Hell of a match on paper. Let me see, what else do we got? We've got, I know we're going to have Scott Armstrong from the Armstrong family. He's going to be on the card. Red Solo Cup is facing Thundercat. We got Skullmaster, which is an old vet from way back in the day that worked for me a long time ago. He's going to be going against Joey Nitro. We got Adam Warski on the card. He's going to be in action. We got going to have a couple of slab fights. We're going to have All-Star versus Superstar KC. I think Little Donnie's supposed to be going up against Freight Train. Let me see. In a slap fight, and then he's got to come back and work Super America in the singles. Let me see right now. I think that's the card. Let's see. I believe that. I believe, off the top of my head, I don't have the card in front of me, but I think that's the card right now, John, as it stands. And then Sunday we're going to have, I can't really go into depth what we're doing Sunday because it's kind of like a private party situation. But Sunday we're going to have a good time. And whatever we end up doing, it will be released on video. But the fan as well enjoy what we're going to do. In addition to that, like I said, we're going to shoot that huge documentary. And so when we release this weekend's events, both shows and the documentary will all be released together. And it will get a DVD release. It's guaranteed. I am going to have a DVD release for this one. And so it'll be like a triple disc DVD set for everybody. And not every show I've been doing has got a DVD release because DVDs are not really as popular as they used to be, and some of the lesser known shows we've been doing, I'm just going straight to streaming. Yeah. But I will say, like I said, this particular weekend, it will be streamed and it will get a DVD release. So I can't say for certain that will happen.
Now, as everybody knows, it's no secret that I've mentioned it multiple times that I am actually moving away from Alabama. Pretty much everybody knows it at this point. And everybody's pushing for that one last Carnage Cup. Is there any information on Carnage Cup 13 at all?
Yeah, Carnage Cup 13, as you and I have spoken before, which I think you told me, are you leaving? Are you leaving around the end of May or 1st of June, or when was it that you were leaving now?
It'll be sometime in May. Don't know when in May, but it'll be May.
It'll definitely be, yeah. And so the way you and I had talked, I told you the projection right now is that I know for absolute certain that we will do it just before you move away, which is why I told you to let me know as soon as you know, like the week you're leaving, and so that I can make sure I can secure the date before then. Right now, the projection is to run like the first weekend in May is what my projection is, because I know you won't be going that quick. I know it'll probably be close to the end of May probably, because I think you're waiting until your girls get out of school, like.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So, cause you know me, man. You know me. You and I, we've been friends for a long time, and you've been with me a long time, and you know I want to give you the proper send off, and so I'm trying. As it stands right now, we're aiming for the 1st of May, Carnage Cup 13. I haven't secured the venue yet, but I'm about 99.9% sure it's going to be back in Carrollton, Georgia at the VFW Fairgrounds. If by chance something happens and they wouldn't let us have it again, I've got a couple other ideas, but that's what I'm aiming on, is to have it back there. Everybody was on 12 really enjoyed. They liked that venue. I mean, we had the buildings, we could have the high spots, and it was outside, so we could do the fire and the firecrackers, and so, that's really where I prefer to have it, and so...
And Carnage Cup 12 really brought out the youth that you have in IWA Deep South. Like, I've told you a million times, IWA Deep South don't need John Rare no more. Like, the talent that is in Deep South is just flowing over now. Yeah. I mean, we pretty much, man. When we started running shows back in Alabama, when I started running above ground show, well, we pretty much started back in April. Back in April, Wrestle America was the first show we had ran above ground since before the pandemic. Yeah.
And so when we came back in April, man, I just reached out to a lot of these local guys, that was hungry, up and coming local talent, really, really, really good talent, and start booking them, because all the drama and the bullshit and everything, all the hate. A lot of the northern guys won't work down here for me no more. And so I said, I'm just going to focus on the South. And that's what I've done the last, 2 shows now. We got December's the third show, the third consecutive show in Silicotta, which is unheard of. We hadn't done 3 consecutive shows in Silicotta since 2013. Because the last show was 2014, but prior to that, in 2013, I think we did like 4 shows in Silicotta. So this is the first time we've been on the roll in Silicotta in almost 10 years. So,
and every show's been sold out. They've been sold out every damn show.
Yeah, the Resurrection was sold out. Wrestle America was sold out. If I had to guess, I'm hoping and projecting Jay Craig's going to probably be a repeat sellout from 2014, because we got Scott Armstrong, we got Johnny Swinger, we got Mike Jackson.
Now the one person that's on the show that I don't like is Mikey. Mikey used to be New Religion. He sold his soul. He went to the GWO. He's a sellout.
Yeah, Mikey done he sold out, but it's going. Let me see what I was going to say. I think the December shows are going to be really, really good. It's going to be something. The whole weekend's going to have something for everybody. Friday night's basically going to be just a family-friendly show. You can bring the kids. You know, Saturday, like I said, nobody knows what's going to happen until the DVD's released. Everybody get to see that. Saturday and Sunday are pretty much kayfabe, you know. But for those who want to come out on Friday night, you know, it will be heavily advertised. It's going to be a stacked show. The Sunday's going to be stacked. What we do on Sunday, it's going to satisfy a different audience. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And people they're definitely going to want to buy this DVD when it comes out. And then, as I said, in May, we're on the Carnage Cup 13. I'm planning on this one, and I say it every time, but this one I'm going to try my best to book it as sick as I can. I mean, it's going to be the go away. And I've had people already ask me. I had a guy just did an interview with a podcast guy in Australia, and the guy told me to let him know the date. And got a fan that said he's going to fly from Australia to fucking Georgia to go to Carnage Cup 13. In which, but now he asked me, you know, was there going to be a song, man? I told him, I said, you know, we said before that we wasn't going to do any more, and then, of course, you've retired before, but I told him this was absolutely it. I said, I know John's retiring for good because he's moving, and he'll be done, so I guess I can go ahead and say this now, and I'm saying this now because I'm wanting to entice people to come from all over the damn place. But yeah, Carnage Cup 13, we will do Saw Forever, and I'm calling it Saw Forever, and it will absolutely 100% be the last Saw, period. Because when John Ray retires, that's it. Saul will retire with it. Our fallen brother, Spider, Bruce Forbes, passed away 2 years ago this past week. And when he died, that, you know, really Saul, as it started out, part of it died. And so I done already decided, and I know we got young guys that could carry on something, but I said, because Spider's dead and John's moving and retiring, then at Carnage Cup 13, Saul is going to be retired. If we start up something else, it's going to be called something else. A new match with new guys. We're not going to ever use the Saul name ever again. It will be totally retired. And so this is it. You know, Saul Forever. Carnage Cup 13, fans, wherever you're from, Australia, Japan, England, it doesn't give a shit. If you want to see Saul live and you want to see John Rear's last fucking match, you don't want to miss Carnage Cup 13. I guarantee it'll be the one that you'll never forget, because it's going to be the last one you're going to ever see. So if you want to see it live, you better make your plans. It's like I said, it's tentatively May 23. As soon as I can get an exact date, I will, and we'll make the announcement.
Yeah.
But it's tentative. For those that want to go ahead and get an idea, it will be around May. It will be around the 1st of May. And so just letting the cat out of the bag, that's when the projected time is. So, you know, where the pandemic's pretty much died down now, I mean, I don't think anybody should have a problem coming. I think most anybody should be able to probably travel now. So yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's our first announcement of Carnage Cup 13. You know, I ain't gonna disclose who else is gonna be in the match week, unless you want to. But I mean, well, we can announce it later. But yeah, it will be a song. It will be the final one. So if you never fucking seen a song in person, this is it. This is the last fucking chance you're gonna get to see one. You know, so that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll come back and we'll do another interview, and we'll announce the Saw match participants on a different interview, and hell, I'll probably get you to announce other matches just on a special interview about Carnage Cup 13.
One other thing I want to say, one other thing I'll mention is I am working my ass very hard to try to pull in an international star. I don't know yet who I'm going to bring in. I'm gonna put the feelers out, but I got feelers out. I'm trying right now to get an idea. I'm planning on, if everything goes well, to try to bring at least a international star in on this one. So just stay tuned. Like Rare said, we'll come back later. We'll make the announcement on the date and the place, and then start talking about the participants and the matches and stuff.
Hell yeah! So coming up in December, Friday night, huge show in Sylacauga, Alabama. The Saturday, filming a documentary for Boris Dookie, and then Sunday, a secret show that the viewers will want to see on DVD, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. And, huge news yesterday, the Alabama Crimson Toss lost to Tennessee.
Yeah, we ain't even gonna get on to that, man.
I won money off of it. I was happy about the money.
Yeah, I was. Of course, I was disappointed, but the Tide can still come back, man. Because I think we can still hold on to the West, and probably end up having to face Tennessee again in the SEC championship if we win out this season. So. It's not quite over yet for the Tide, so just keep your eyes out. Just wait and see. Maybe they'll finish the rest of the season good. So
well, what's
just
funny?
Have to wait and see, man.
At the beginning of the season, I did predict that they were going to lose to a Mississippi team, and I'd be damned if Ole Miss is undefeated right now.
Well, that's going to be hell too, man. Ole Miss. Well, y'all took a hard loss yesterday too.
Who?
Auburn.
Oh.
And man, see now everybody is giving. Jeff Hart is giving the hell. Of course, Jeff is now a Tennessee citizen, so he's a Tennessee resident. I think he's about to be a Tennessee resident. So he's a Balls fan now, and so he was giving me hell last night. About the big loss, so
I read where I don't know if this is true or not, but have you ever do you got like the Black Dahlia and I think it's Nate Dahlia or something on Facebook? You know who I'm talking about?
That the name sounds familiar.
It's a couple. He comes out with a huge chainsaw. And he's dressed in like it looks like human skin for his clothes.
Oh yeah, I've got that dude as a friend.
If I'm correct, they live in Tennessee now. From what I read, they moved to Tennessee. I would love to see them in Deep South.
Isn't she like kin to? Isn't she kin to the Wild Samoan family?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I thought I read where I think she's like a Samoan, or maybe she trained at the Wild Samoan school. I don't want to say something's not true. Either she trained at the school, or I wanted to say she was like part of that family, like she was a Samoan. I don't know. It was maybe, I don't want to say, but that's what I thought. One of the two. I thought one of the two is true, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I seen the Nate guy. Man, I love his gimmick, man. So yeah, I now that you mention that, I need to make a note of that and try to make it a point to reach out to him.
Yeah, but I mean,
You know,
for some reason, it just seems like I seen that they moved to Tennessee, and like the minute I seen that, I thought that that those two would be an awesome fit in Deep South.
yeah, because I'm a huge like character guy. I'm actually like that's one of my main interests now. Like is characters, especially the darker and the more off the wall, the better. That's just what I'm into. I was very, very happy to see Bray Wyatt return to WWE and Extreme Rules, and you know Bray Wyatt. Like I talked to you before, Bray Wyatt is pretty much my favorite character in recent times. Hands down, Bray Wyatt's my favorite. He's the best, man. I mean, his character, his mic skills, his in-ring persona, everything, his entrance, everything. Bray is number one in my book, and I feel like they're going. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, in my opinion, Bray Wyatt can be Triple H's Undertaker, like Undertaker was to Vince. Like that is to me the importance of Bray Wyatt right now.
Yeah, and I feel like Trips is gonna book him right this time. I feel like that if he don't, like, I mean, if he don't, then I mean, when his contract's up again, he should never go. But if they was ever gonna book him right, it's gotta be now under Triple H's authority. I mean, but you gotta think he is gonna get booked right. Though. I mean, you gotta think they're gonna book him right now.
I mean, you gotta think how good the Wyatt family was booked in NXT, which was under Triple H. That's what built, his character in the first place. So I think everything is in great hands. And you know me, I've told you from the beginning, I knew this was going to happen to AEW. They were bringing in too much people, driving too many storylines, and everything just exploded. I mean, everything imploded in itself.
I hate AEW. I don't even watch it. I hadn't watched an AEW show in probably a year, man. I mean, no shit.
Now, I really did. Like when everybody knows. Back in the day, I was a huge CM Punk fan, and I watched on his return. When he went back to Fox backstage or whatever that was, and I was so happy thinking that he was going to come back to WWE, and it fell through, and then he eventually debuted for AEW, and I was still going to support him, but he constantly every week was just crying and still whining about WWE, and at that point it just got old, and I quit watching him. I ended up hating the damn dude.
Yeah, so you notice Bray Wyatt didn't get on Twitter. He didn't whine.
No.
He didn't whine on there. What do you think about his promo on SmackDown Friday night?
It was good. I'm thinking that what they're doing with that, obviously, is he's going to be battling his demons within, and that's going to be between his own characters. You got Bray Wyatt, you got Rotunda, and obviously this new guy. They're bringing in more people, so it's going to be awesome to watch again.
So, like you think the 6? You think it's going to be different people, or it's going to be his different personas?
It could
I've
be
seen two different ideas that it was actually going to be like all 6 were going to be him as different personas, or it could be like different people.
I mean, it could be because there was rumor that somebody else played the Fiend for a few shows. And I do believe it was true. The burnt Fiend. His shape looked different than Bray Wyatt's did a few times, and they could easily do that again.
Yeah. Do you like it? Like if they go that angle, do you like that particular angle there?
As long as it's done right. You know, if anything's done right, it's watchable, marketable, and you can make money off of it. And Bray, everybody's going to watch it.
Yeah. Did it surprise you? I mean, he got like the biggest fucking pop.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I was expecting
of anybody, man.
Me and Talon was watching Extreme Rules, and when they put the watermark on there, me and him looked at each other like we were about to damn throw the TV. We thought it was going off, and there wasn't going to be no Bray Wyatt. Boy, and when the lights went off, it was a good time.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, the lights went off and all the people got their cell phones out and everything. I mean, he got a holy shit chant from just coming out. Like, who has ever got a holy shit chant by just walking out? Like, I don't never remember that happening.
I mean, like, ever. When you look at someone saying, you know, who had the biggest return ever, CM Punk in Chicago or Bray Wyatt in, they were in Philadelphia, you know.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
The crowd was going nuts the whole damn time for Bray Wyatt. And all he had to do was walk out of a door and hold a lantern up. Punk had to walk down, you know, do his talking, let the crowd go crazy. Bray didn't even need that. Bray just played a little bit of music, showed a light on, you know, some characters in the audience, walked out of a door. And it was better than Punk's.
And they say a showman, like a real, like, entertainer, and I remember, like, even like Jesse Ventura and some of the older wrestlers from way back in the day, they would always say less is more. And they would say, like, if you were a really, really good performer, then you could walk out and hold the whole crowd in your hand, that's kind of nuts, because that's his whole deal, got the whole world in your hand. He literally had the whole crowd in his hand, and he didn't fucking have to do anything. Like, and then basically the point is, if you can do that, if you can just walk out and just hold up a lantern and have the crowd in your hands, then you're one of the best ever. Because very few people have ever been able to fucking do that.
I was about to say,
very few. I mean, maybe what Hulk Hogan. What, maybe The Undertaker? I mean, Stone Cold?
Yeah,
Stone Cold could just walk out, the glass break, and the crowd would be...
The glass breaking
up there, yeah.
The glass breaking with Austin. Now, the thing about Undertaker is Undertaker was able to do it with his dead man gimmick and the badass, the American badass gimmick.
Yeah. And of course, Hulk Hogan... You know, he just walk out in the crowd and then he ripped the shirt. So, I mean, Bray is literally in the same league as those guys there. And The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan. Bray's up there. He's on that level. And, you know, remember, I was telling you for a while, I was worried that WWE was ever going to be able to do that again with somebody. I think if they don't use Bray Wyatt right, if they don't book him right, they are fucking stupid. Because there's nobody else has been able to do that with a crowd.
Well, see,
you know.
Vince got into that mindset, and this is what I believe it was. He got into that mindset where he didn't want to build another individual that would be bigger than the company. Like John Cena and, you know, The Rock, you know, the people that would go to Hollywood.
Stone Cold, yeah.
You know, he didn't want to build another one that could potentially jump ship to another organization and actually be competition. Now, look, I think Kenny Omega is a killer wrestler, but compared to, like, Cena, The Rock, Undertaker, them kind of guys, he may be an awesome wrestler in the ring, but he's not a money maker like those guys are.
Well, see, you notice, though, that WWE is the only company that can actually make stars. You notice these other companies, even like AEW, is they got to get guys that's already been made. It's not like WWE. Actually, they make bigger than life characters, and nobody's ever been. The only thing remotely close was WCW during the Monday Night Wars.
Yes.
With the NWO. That is the only exception where you had a company, non-WWE, that created something that rivaled anything Vince had ever created or WWE had ever created. Was the NWO was an original idea, and it was bigger than life. That's it. You got the NWO. That is one example. That's it. I mean, that's it. Nobody, any non-WWE companies have never been able to compete on WWE level, creating bigger than life characters that resonated with the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and see,
I mean, that's it, man.
I can't remember who said it. I want to say it was Eric Bischoff, but it may not have been. But even at the hype of like WCW and WWF or WWE, not only like it was, it was the biggest personalities going against each other, but there was one thing that WWE still did better than WCW, because WCW didn't do it good. It was production value. Their promos and their introductions and their skits in between the matches were like movies. You were watching top-notch production back then.
Yeah, that's true.
You watch WrestleMania 18, Rock and Austin. Who does not remember that damn intro with Limp Bizkit?
That's true, yeah.
Now, sit there and think. WCW. What intro do you remember from WCW pay-per-views?
I can't remember, man. Like I said, I mean, now there was a few. Now the NWO had some pretty good intros, but like I said, I mean, that's it. I mean, Hogan, when he was Hollywood, I mean, the Voodoo Child was. I mean, he had some good ones, but it's still, the production value still wasn't on the same level. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. The only original creation that was anywhere close to a rival to anything WWE done was the NWO. That's it. That's it. One fucking idea. One stable. One group of guys. That is it. That's the only thing that blew up and got big enough to. And the NWO is the reason that Nitro beat Raw for so many weeks.
Yes.
Is because of the NWO and Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, and Goldberg.
You can't forget about Bill Goldberg.
And
that's it. There's fucking two. There's NWO, and then they got. But Bill Goldberg still was kind of a rip-off of Austin, though. Kinda.
That's the way I seen it back in the day. Like, I would be the one that would watch Nitro for the first hour and flip to Raw for the next 2 hours. And I always, I didn't have nothing against Goldberg, but I did think he was just a rip-off of, Steve Austin.
Yeah. But the streak, though, was another original idea. It did keep the crowd.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, so the NWO, and then you had Bill Goldberg streak.
Now
those two things were memorable.
The two most important things to remember about WCW, what killed WCW the most was nothing to do with WWE. It was Eric Bischoff giving away the secrets of, the other show, and people would start tuning in, like with Mankind, and Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin Nash was just the drizzling shits, dude. Just hands down. Kevin Nash, have you ever listened to any of his shoot interviews too?
I've never listened to none of his.
Kevin Nash has got such the biggest fucking ego. But Kevin Nash couldn't draw flies to shit. Like, he could not draw money on his own. Like, if he had not been in NWO, he wouldn't have been shit. Because before he went to WCW, he didn't draw shit. When he was WWF champion under his title reign, WWE was sunk to the lowest fucking ratings they ever had. That was when Diesel was the damn champion.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash was so bad, man. Was so terrible. He couldn't work. Blowed his knees out and quads out. I mean, just getting around. He couldn't work. He just was terrible, man. I mean, he was okay on the mic. But I like Scott Hall way better. Overall, character, work, everything, Scott Hall was way better.
Yeah.
But Nash was the drizzling shit. But when you watch his damn shoot interviews, and hey, if he hears this, just come on, man, I ain't gonna fight you. I'll put a bullet in your damn head. But if you listen to his damn shoot interviews, he would say the way he talks, he was his damn biggest Hogan, almost. And he just arrogant, man. But he was god awful, man, and he didn't draw money, man. I mean, he didn't draw no money, man. You know.
Alrighty, man. We're at our time limit here. Do you want to give any last comments on the shows or anything?
I'll just say, you know, I don't know if people remember last time we was there, but y'all remember, you know, to come out, because you don't want to miss this show. It's going to be bigger and better than the last two shows we had. We had Jay Craig. They got heating and air. We got plenty of seats. We're going to have ringside general admission on the bleachers. I mean, bring your kids. It's going to be a really good show. Don't want to miss it. Ticket information is going to be available soon on the site. I've almost got the posters ready, so we're going to be advertising it locally soon, and that's all I can think of, man.
Alrighty, well, thanks again, Kevin Brannen, for this interview, and of course, if you're listening, make sure that you like and subscribe, and hit that bell for future notifications of any upload. This is the Angel of Death, John Rare. Thanks again for listening.